Henry for many years. I want to start from the beginning, but before that, I was in Asheville. I remember Henry and Solveig was dancing on the table. We never forget that. So, but in April 26th represents a watershed in my life, because I was on my way to Amsterdam. Unfortunately, I was not aware of the fact that there had been an accident, an explosion in the Chernobyl nuclear plant the same day in Ukraine. And I was not aware that the wind from southeast was carrying radioactive fallouts, potential lethal fallouts, to the rainy morning in Norway. Because I was on my way to Amsterdam to attend a meeting which contributed to saving lives, saving newborn lives, a huge number of premature newborn babies. I was going to the first so-called Curacao family meeting. We were 16 people, and among them was Henry. We had previously met briefly. However, during this meeting we started to know each other. And not only knowing each other, we became friends, and we developed a deeply rooted friendship. Henry was always ahead of us. As Tore told you, he had started with surfactant already in 1984, 2 years before, and he could teach the rest of us. And when evidence medicine was introduced to the medical society and to newborn medicine, Henry translated this for his colleagues in newborn medicine. Forest plots, odds ratio, relative risks, confidence intervals, numbers needed to treat were new terms. However, Henry had grasped their meaning, and we were sitting under his catheter, and not only once, not only twice, but again and again, until we understood this new medicine. He was running in front of us. He was member of this and that board. He became president in East and West. And I just saw this statue here. It's the Maternity Award. It's the highest award you can get in European perinatal medicine, which Henry got. And he recruited me into the executive board of European Association of Perinatal Medicine. And some years later, both Christian Speer and myself, we followed in his footsteps as president of this large association. Henry was first, and we followed him. 2 days after his death, I attended a meeting for the organizing committee for the largest European neonatal meeting, the so-called GENS meeting, which is organized in Rome next September. So when I told that Henry had passed away, the rest of the committee immediately suggested to name a session or lecture in his name, and so it will be. So his standing among colleagues all over the world is unique. I remember once I had organized a session at the European Perinatal Congress. It was in Glasgow back in 1996. And the auditorium, a large hall, was packed with people. People were sitting at the floor everywhere. And the session was a smashing success. And when we walked out, when we finished our duties, I remember I said to Henry, this we will commemorate when we are old and in a retirement home for elderly. We will remember this moment and enjoy it. Well, Henry never got the opportunity to recall this in a retirement home. However, we had many opportunities to remember and recall all the fantastic trips and good moments we spent together. Henry, Bengt Robertson, now the late Bengt Robertson, Tore, and Christian, and myself at numerous meetings all over the world. We have been to every corner of Europe together. We've been to China, we've been to Brazil, been to North America. And I was always happy when we could go together, and we always stay together. At the end of a long day, Henry, Christian, and myself, and if Tore was there, we always met in the lobby for a beer and for a chat, and as you can do among best friends. So Henry, Christian, and myself at Near-Native meetings, we were so much together. So Henry told me once that, you know what people is calling you, saying you're the Three Musketeers. So that was people had noticed how much we were together. And my daughter Maria and Joy became friends and have met at several occasions. And one of the highlights in my life was I organized the European Prenatal meeting in Oslo 20 years ago, and Joy and Maria were chairing a session together. So that was fantastic. So Maria, bring condolences as well as from the rest of my family. So we have good memories, which I will keep deep in my heart. I will miss Henry a lot. Fortunately, we had a great time when we met here in Belfast in July, 4 months ago only. I think both Christian and I realized it might have been the last time we met Henry, and it was. So during the final days of Henry, he was a lot in my thoughts and prayers. And last Sunday I went to my local church and I lit a candle for him. So he will be missed by so many of us. So thank you very much.